Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So, are you seeing these reports that are out at the moment linking Manchester United to Mason Mount? Well, if you haven't, we're going to get stuck into them in this video. And according to these reports, talks have begun between Manchester United and Mason Mount's agents and Chelsea and all those kind of things, because he's available on a free in 2024. His contract expires, which means he could potentially discuss a free transfer with clubs from January, which is in around 7 months time. Now, according to these reports, Chelsea could be looking to sell him in this summer transfer window so they can guarantee a transfer fee. He's been linked with a move to Liverpool in recent months. He's been linked with Manchester United previously as well. He's also been reported that he'd stay on at Chelsea and potentially sign a new contract there, with Mauricio Pochettino coming in. But none of those things are yet set in stone. So reports and rumours are going to continue, and we're going to get stuck into them in this video. I want you lot to hit that subscribe button, please. Get hitting that subscribe button. We got loads of content coming up for you guys. We got reaction to Manchester United against Chelsea tomorrow, reaction to Man United Fulham on the weekend as well, the last Premier League game of the season. And then, of course, we've got build-up to the FA Cup final against City. All the transfer rumours and reaction in between, as well as the news on the takeover as well, if that ever goes ahead and happens. In fact, we've got an update on that today as well. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. There's plenty of reason to be subscribed to the channel. But yeah, let's look at these reports right now. They come from Sammy Mockbell for the Daily Mail, and it says Man United will launch a £55 million bid for Mason Mount as Erik ten Hag tries to steal a march on Arsenal and Liverpool after making the Chelsea star his primary target. The article goes on to say United are launching a £55 million swoop for the Chelsea forward Mason Mount. The England international, who missed final weeks of the season through injury, is a primary target for Ten Hag heading into the summer window, and the United boss wants a deal wrapped up quickly. He's entering the final year of his contract at Chelsea, with his future under increasing uncertainty. Old Trafford sources have indicated that talks over a move for the 24-year-old are set to commence, and United want to pay in the region of £55 million for Mason Mount, a price that falls way below Chelsea's £85 million valuation. Now, Chelsea, for as good as Mason Mount, you're not getting £85 million for him when he's got a year left on his contract. At the age he's at as well, I imagine teams would rather wait and get him on a free and give him a big fat signing on free, wouldn't they? The article goes on to say United may be prepared to increase their initial valuation of Mount given Ten Hag's determination to add the attacker to his ranks next season. But the intention from United to sign Mount this summer is clear, with the Blues Academy graduate's future set to become one of the sagas of the closed season. In addition to United, Arsenal are also interested in Mount, as Mikel Arteta looks to build on his team, and Liverpool are also actively pursuing a deal for Mount, as Jurgen Klopp seeks to rebuild his midfield after a difficult season. It did feel like maybe around January time, like it was definite that Mason Mount was going to join Liverpool. There was a lot of talk around it when they had pulled out of the deal for Jude Bellingham and things like that. Obviously, whether that still happens, it could still happen. It'd be a great signing on a free transfer. £50 million, if United have got the funds there under a potential new owner or something. Listen, I think Mason Mount could be a very, very good signing for any of those teams. For Arsenal, for Liverpool, for Manchester United. Chelsea keeping him, I think he'd be a good signing for Pochettino as well. I think he's a very good player. I think he's occasionally overrated by like the likes of Southgate and some of the British press. But I think he's a very talented player. He can play in a number of positions, in the front three, in the midfield. He's got an eye for a pass. He works very hard. He's tenacious. So he's the kind of player that you'd want to have in your squad. If Manchester United, for example, were to get rid of McTominay and replace him with Mason Mount, that would be a huge, huge upgrade in the squad. So I would be all for that. Now, if he's your main midfield signing, because we do need a midfield signing, then it's a different conversation. But I think it'd be a great addition to the squad. And if it was one of two midfield signings for Manchester United this summer, I'd be delighted with that. Is this true? Is this going to happen? What we occasionally see is United's name will be put out there, maybe to put the frighteners on Liverpool, on Arsenal, on Chelsea, if they are in contract negotiations, for potentially giving them a deal that they want. So it could be a case United's name is being used. But if United are in the business of making shrewd transfers, and Erik ten Hag is looking for players that would suit his system and suit his philosophy, which I think Mason Mount would, then I think he should be someone that's in your shortlist at the very least, because he could be a very, very good signing. I know a lot of people are split on Mason Mount, but I think he's pretty decent. I don't rate him as highly as Rory does, obviously, but I do think he's a good player. But let us know what you lot think in the comments below. Should Manchester United make a move for Mason Mount? I wouldn't even mind just waiting to get him on a free, to be honest. If you could do that, obviously there'll be potential suitors for him in this transfer window trying to steal a march on anyone trying to get him free. But there you go. Anyway, I briefly mentioned the takeover there. We hear reports today that we could get a preferred bidder by Friday. Now, we've heard this on so many different occasions. This is dragging on. It could go on for another month or two or even more than that, which, makes you worry about your transfer window then. And all this talk about Mason Mount and all these different signings, are they even possible if we don't know who our owners are yet? We already know we've kind of got to sell to buy. Maybe we can create some funds in that way, but you'd expect potential new owners would have a big chunk, and you'd expect if the Glazers are on their way out in a majority or whatever kind of fashion it is then they're probably not going to want to commit to spending or commit to Manchester United spending more money. It's not their money, obviously. They never put money in their own pocket, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it remains to be seen what's going to happen on that front. But according to these reports, we could get a preferred bidder by Friday, which could see things hopefully speed up. Anthony Elanga's been linked with a move to RB Leipzig as well, which I think would be a good move for him, to be fair. He burst through at United. He was a talented, academy player. He's not quite cut it for the first team, but you send him on his way to RB Leipzig, even on loan, with the potential to sell him in the future at a bigger fee, or send him there now, sell him to RB Leipzig and get a good percentage of a sell-on or something like that, or even a buyback in there. Then it could be worth doing, because he showed he's a player that works hard, is committed. He'll get stuck in, and he does have talent. Although we haven't got to see it in recent months and in the last season in a Man United shirt. But yeah, there's a player in there, and I'm not surprised that a team like RB Leipzig would be after him. So let us know your thoughts in the comments below on everything we've discussed today. Make sure you're keeping it locked as well. As I said, plenty more content coming up, and we've got that reaction to Man United against Chelsea tomorrow. So keep it locked for that. See you in a bit.